Have you ever had a dream, or have you just wanted to do something so badly no one was going to stop you? Well, that's how Theodore Judah felt about building the Transcontinental Railroad. It was his dream to build it, and no one was going to stop him from doing so. But what is the Transcontinental Railroad, and why was Judah's dream of building it so important? Well, for one thing, California had just had a gold rush, and people from all over were coming to California to try and find their fortune. But at the time, there were only 3 ways you could get here. The first way was to walk or ride a horse all the way across the entire country. This could take anywhere from 6 to 8 months, and it was very difficult to travel this way. Many people didn't survive the trip west. Another way you could get to California was to board a boat in New York and sail all the way down around the bottom of South America and back up to California. This trip also took about 6 months. The final way you could get here was by boarding a boat in New York, sailing down to Panama, walking through the jungles of Panama, and then boarding another ship and sailing back up to California. This way only took about 3 months, but people often caught deadly diseases such as malaria and yellow fever. This created the opportunity for Judah's dream of the Transcontinental Railroad, which would allow people to cross the country in days rather than months. From the time Theodore Judah was a child, he loved railroads. In fact, when he was just 14 years old, he was helping to run a railroad in New York. When he turned 28, he got an offer to help build a railroad in California from Sacramento to Folsom. He quickly accepted this job offer, and he and his wife Anna left for California. Although this project didn't last long, it was his opportunity to start working on getting the Transcontinental Railroad built. Once in California, Judah started to do a survey of his desired route from Sacramento through the Sierra Nevada mountains. Judah's wife Anna often accompanied him during these surveying trips. She helped keep him organized and even helped sketch the surveyed land. Eventually, after about a year of surveying, Judah found a route through the Sierra Nevada mountains at Dutch Flat. Judah went to the Congress in Washington, D.C. to try and get funding to build this railroad. But unfortunately, this attempt was unsuccessful due to many different opinions on where this route should actually be. Upon returning to California, he went to San Francisco to look for investors, but again was turned away as interest lied in shipping rather than trains. Eventually, Judah received help from 4 wealthy businessmen in Sacramento, named Leland Stanford, Charles Crocker, Collis Huntington, and Mark Hopkins. They would later be nicknamed the Big Four, or the Associates. They provided Judah with money so that he could complete his survey of the Sierra Nevada mountains as well as make a map of his preferred route. Now, armed with this knowledge and this map, Judah and Anna went back to Congress in Washington, D.C. once again to convince them again to build the Transcontinental Railroad. And this time in July of 1862, Judah was able to convince Congress of the need of the Transcontinental Railroad, and Abraham Lincoln signed it into law. Lincoln saw Judah's dream of the Transcontinental Railroad as a way of unifying the nation during the Civil War, a time of great division. Eventually, Judah and the Big Four split up because of a disagreement with Judah about how the project should be run. Judah, not wanting to give up on his dream, went back to the East Coast once again to look for new help completing the project. Unfortunately, on the ship ride over to the East Coast, he contracted yellow fever and passed away shortly thereafter in New York. He never got to see his dream completed, but nevertheless, his dream of the Transcontinental Railroad changed the history of California and the country forever.